Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United, Real Madrid and Barcelona will battle it out for Youri Tielemans next summer. Romano's also mentioned that Tielemans is the player to watch. He also said that this summer Leicester wanted between 60 million to 65 million for Tielemans, so it was complicated. He was linked with a move to Liverpool this summer. Youri Tielemans has been in talks with Leicester over a new contract. He's under contract with Leicester until 2023, so next summer he'll have 1 year left on his contract. At one point, Leicester had Youri Tielemans on loan. Then they got him permanently for 32 million. He's won the FA Cup with Leicester. He's also won the Charity Shield. He scored the winning goal in the FA Cup final last season. Tielemans has made 91 appearances in the Premier League for Leicester and he scored 13 goals. He's 24 years of age and he is a midfielder. Leicester are aware of how much of an imperative player he is. Leicester have lost good players. They lost Harry Maguire to us in the summer of 2019. They lost Ben Chilwell to Chelsea. They lost Riyad Mahrez to Man City back in the summer of 2018. They lost Danny Drinkwater and they also lost N'Golo Kante. But they've replaced them all. Us getting Youri Tielemans depends on Paul Pogba. Now, Paul Pogba could be on his way to Real Madrid next summer. Paul Pogba favours a switch to Real Madrid over the PSG deal. Real Madrid have been relentlessly linked with Pogba. On transfer deadline day, was it, Real Madrid signed Eduardo Camavinga from Rennes. Was it a couple of years ago, Paul Pogba said he wanted to seek a new challenge and he wanted to go to Real Madrid to play under Zinedine Zidane's guidance. 2O Sports said that Juventus want to re-sign Paul Pogba. Pogba did endure 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United. PSG are pushing to sign Pogba next summer. Was it before the start of this season? He said that PSG were prepared to offer Pogba £510,000 a week in wages to prize him away from Man United. Earlier on this season, it said that Pogba was set to join PSG on a 3. PSG couldn't get him this summer because they got Lionel Messi. Pogba is increasingly likely to sign a new Man United contract, reflecting on our summer transfer business. And I think with us re-signing Ronaldo, that should persuade Pogba to stay. Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next summer. Not so long ago, Sky Sports News said that Pogba is very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer. Solskjaer did mention a few weeks ago that talks are ongoing with Pogba's representatives to persuade him to sign a new contract. Solskjaer mentioned he's not worried about Pogba's contract situation. Before the start of the season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract, but Sky Sports News came out and said that Pogba can see a long-term future at Man United but may wait on the contract extension. Pogba's had a good start to this season. He's got 5 assists. 4 assists against Leeds, and he got an assist against Southampton. He produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while, and he sustained some ankle injuries at Man United. Paul Pogba's agent Mino Raiola has been working hard to get his client out of the football club. He's done a lot of talking. He made an announcement back in December last year regarding Pogba. He said Pogba's career at Man United was over. He said he was unhappy and he had to leave, and he had no intentions of extending his contract. We're very critical of Mino Raiola. Mino Raiola doesn't have a good relationship with the club. This is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far, and he's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. We had him when he was a lot younger under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. Now, Manchester United remain keen on Declan Rice. The club are aware of the need to sign a midfielder next summer. Declan Rice is valued at £80 million. When the summer transfer window was open, Solskjaer did mention that he still wants Declan Rice but faces a battle for the West Ham midfielder. And Declan Rice did mention that he was unhappy with West Ham's £100 million price tag. Declan Rice has rejected a few contract offers at West Ham. He's under contract with West Ham until 2024. He's made around 135 appearances in the Premier League for West Ham and he's scored 4 goals. He's been a long-serving player at West Ham. He's endured 7 years with them. Declan Rice is predominantly a holding midfielder, but he can also be deployed as a centre-half. Last summer, he was relentlessly linked to a move to Chelsea, and before he was at West Ham, he was at Chelsea. He was in their youth setup for several years, but he actually never got in Chelsea's first team. But you know what? Manchester United endured a very good summer transfer window. We spent around 140 million in the summer transfer window. We did make 4 signings. We brought Tom Heaton in on a free from Villa. We brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. We brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid. And we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. And it was good to see Solskjaer get the backing he deserved, because he wasn't backed enough for such a long time. The disappointments were that we only managed to sell one player. We sold Daniel James to Leeds. And the other disappointing thing is that we didn't sign a midfielder. So yeah, there were the disappointments. We loaned quite a few players out in the summer transfer window. We loaned Brandon Williams out to Norwich. We loaned Andres Pereira out to Flamengo. We loaned Ethan Laird out to Swansea. We loaned Axel Tuanzebe out to Aston Villa. We loaned Tahith Chon out to Birmingham. And we loaned Facundo Pellistri out to Aston Villa. Not Aston Villa, Alaves. Solskjaer blocked quite a few players' exits in the summer transfer window. He blocked Anthony Martial's exit because it did mention that Martial rejected the chance to join Lyon on loan on deadline day. He said before the start of this season that Solskjaer refused to sell Anthony Martial. Solskjaer also rejected Donny van de Beek's exit, because it did mention that Everton were close to signing him on loan. Now, I give you the news on Donny van de Beek earlier on today. Donny van de Beek's agent has done a lot of talking. Van de Beek's agent confirmed that the player held talks with Everton over a move. He also said the return of Cristiano Ronaldo is bad news for Donny van de Beek. And he also fired a warning shot to Man United to play him in the Premier League or lose him. Last week, Van de Beek's agent insists that Van de Beek will succeed at Man United and prove his doubters wrong at Man United this season. Solskjaer also blocked Lingard's exit. I'm disappointed Lingard didn't go. He also blocked Diego Dalot's exit. And he blocked Elanga's exit. But I am expecting players to leave Man United in January. I'm also expecting more players to leave next summer. Like I updated you not so long ago, Solskjaer has told his Man United squad that it's better than the 1999 treble winning team that Solskjaer was part of. Solskjaer privately views Chelsea as Man United's biggest title rival ahead of Man City and Liverpool. But like I've said, we have got a title winning squad now, so the time for excuses is over. This season is massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he is aware of that. Is Solskjaer under pressure to succeed? Because Man United face a season of huge expectations. Solskjaer has to win a trophy this season to basically save his job, because he's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, and that's nowhere near good enough to our standards. And Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, and before the start of the season, Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes. But yeah, this is Ole's third full season as Man United manager. He's managed over 150 games as Man United manager in all competitions. He's managed 100 games in the Premier League. Despite Man United enjoying a good summer transfer window, doesn't change my perception on Solskjaer. I still don't think he's a long-term manager for Man United, but I hope I'm proven wrong. He is our best manager though since Ferguson. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. And I think we made a mistake giving him that new contract. Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United now for almost 3 years. And reflecting how long he's been at the football club, he has gained some managerial experience and he's learned quite a bit on the job. But he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, so that is a concern. Solskjaer's decision making has definitely got to improve, because analysing the vast majority of his games at Man United, he's been tactically naive. But some games he has showed tactical flexibility, but he's got to do that persistently. But whatever happens regarding Solskjaer, we'll always adore him, because at the end of the day, he endured 11 years as a player for Man United and he flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance, so he is a club legend. But, since Solskjaer has come in, he has made good signings as Manchester United manager. Solskjaer has signed 14 players, and Solskjaer has spent over £400 million. He's also got rid of a lot of players since he's come in, which he knew he had to do. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth, and Solskjaer has more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players, like he surely would do when he got appointed in as Man United manager. And you can see that progress has been made under Solskjaer, because he's got us to semi-finals, got us to the Europa League final last season. That was his first major final as Man United manager. Also got us to the FA Cup quarter-final. So there you go, and he got us a second place finish last season. In his first full season, he got us a third place finish. And reflecting on that win against Wolves before the international break, we are unbeaten in our last 28 Premier League away games. Last season went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League. And to be fair, we have extended a lot of players' contracts since Solskjaer came in. A few weeks ago, Solskjaer did mention that he wants new contracts for Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. And Solskjaer's also beaten quite a few big-name managers as Manchester United manager. So they are the positives, but like I've said before, when we have been inconsistent, not all of the blame has stemmed from Solskjaer. He's been accountable for certain things, but obviously there's still certain players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club, and obviously they've had to be accountable when we've been inconsistent. Fred isn't good enough to represent the club, Matic isn't good enough, Lindelof isn't good enough, Lingard isn't good enough, Martial isn't good enough. So there you go, and Jones, he isn't good enough either, so he's still deadwood at the club. And I hate the way the football club has been ran for a long time. Like I've said to you, the Glazers, they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. The main reason is because they've put Man United in so much debt. But to be fair, the Glazers backed Solskjaer in the summer transfer window only because they've been persuaded to. The Glazers have been at Man United for 16 years. They purchased the club for 500 million back in 2005. And Woodward, he's been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time as well. Obviously, we know Woodward's leaving Man United. It got announced that Woodward was leaving when that European Super League came into the equation, which was back in April, towards the end of last season. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. Sky Sports News recently said that Man United are close to appointing Richard Arnold as Ed Woodward's successor as the new chief executive. Should be announced in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, there's a lot of Man United fans that have got reservations about Richard Arnold. But Man United certainly made the right decision getting John Murtough in. John Murtough has backed Solskjaer. John Murtaugh is our director of football, and we certainly made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention it's one of the structural changes we needed at the club, and we made the right decision getting Darren Fletcher in, because he backed Solskjaer. But Ollie got appointed in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. But so far this season, we have registered 7 points from our first 3 league games, won 2 and drawn 1. Earlier on today, I gave you the news on Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo disagrees with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's best position for him at Manchester United. Well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sees Ronaldo as a centre forward, but Ronaldo didn't want to do it at Juventus. You know, you can put Ronaldo on the wing. Ronaldo will train with his new Manchester United teammates for the first time this Thursday. Last week, Ronaldo arrived in Manchester and Darren Fletcher greeted him. The other week, Ronaldo officially signed for Manchester United on a 2-year contract with an option of a 3rd year. Ronaldo will receive £480,000 a week at Man United, so reflecting on that, is the highest earner at Old Trafford. You know, we agreed a fee of €15 million with a further €8 million in add-ons. That's €23 million. That equates to like 19.8 million in pounds sterling. And the other week, Ronaldo completed his medical. You know, Ronaldo was our final signing of the summer transfer, and he's going to be making his second debut for Man United against Newcastle this weekend. Last week, Ronaldo came out and said that I'm very happy to be back home after 12 years. And he's made it clear to Solskjaer that he's returned to win trophies. And Ronaldo's told his Man United teammates that he wants the Premier League this season. Last week, Ronaldo became the all-time international top scorer with 2 late goals against Ireland. But I can assure Ronaldo's going to do really well in his second spell at Man United, despite him being the age of 36. He could play for Man United until he's almost 40. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.